Something I've been mulling over for 2025 is how relevant and important hashtags are actually going to be in terms of our strategy moving forward. Instagram has very much given a telling sign that the death of hashtags may be around the corner. They actually announced that on the 13th of December, hashtags that you follow on Instagram will no longer be visible in your feed and you won't be able to follow more of them. So they are removing the capability of following a hashtag. This is something that's been happening for a while. They've noticed that people just aren't really following hashtags so much anymore. And I'm sure you've all noticed that people tend to use a lot less hashtags now than they ever have done before. For years, spammers have misused trending hashtags to promote irrelevant content. They've cluttered feeds for some time. And also it's, not really something you tend to see anymore, people putting more than 10 hashtags on a post. Whereas back in the day, I remember you used to try and post, 20 to 30 on every single post. Algorithms now focus much more on understanding the content and the user behavior, reducing the need for hashtags to drive engagement. And actually, I was looking at some of my own stats the other day to see just how powerful hashtags are for my overall impressions on Instagram. And you can see that from an average post, I really don't tend to get many impressions at all based on the hashtags that I've posted underneath. So it is actually much more about what the context of your post is and the keywords which you use in your caption. That's not to say that I would abandon using hashtags entirely. Still worth putting 2 or 3 in there if you feel that that hasn't already been covered by the content in your caption yet. And the age-old question I always get asked is, can you still put them in your comments? Instagram would rather you put hashtags in the caption itself than utilizing the comments for this. So what's going to happen to hashtags? Well, I'd probably imagine that we'll move more towards how Threads handles hashtags, which is just limiting people to using one per post, and it doesn't even appear as a hashtag. So once you add the hashtag symbol to Threads, it becomes a hyperlinked word, which still enables you to talk about things and give it an overall context, and to tag in content underneath one umbrella for an event purposes, for example. But I think there's far less importance to use hashtags as a way to generally get in front of more people.